Alrighty, I think I'm up and ready to go. Alright, so hi everyone. How are y'all today? Welcome to another Design and Unwind Live. I'm Dina, if you don't know who I am. I'm the creator of Artistic Creations by Dina, and I do YouTube videos and showing you how to create jewelry products. Just in case you don't know who I am. Welcome. I'm glad y'all can make it. So today we are going to kind of do a little bit of a rundown of what I've made over the last couple of weeks, and then kind of go through the idea of my color cube challenge that I'm wanting to do. And then after that, I'll just sit down and start working with some beads for a little while. So first off, I will plan on doing these lives every other Thursday. So the next one will be in 2 weeks, which I think was December 4th, if I remember it correctly. And hi, India. So if I remember that correctly, I think it was December 4th. That'll be the next one. And I'll probably keep this 2 p.m. time. It seems to work out just fine. So we're going to do that. I'm looking at my little list. I have a list of things to talk about this time, so I'm not just rambling on words and everything. So we're going to plan on doing that. So I'll go ahead and move this to where we can see everything or some of the things that I've made. So these are all the videos that I came up with over the last 2 weeks. And then this video is what we've created last time. So this is that earring that we made on the last live. And the tutorial for this guy is coming out on Tuesday. So I ended up calling these Autumn Harmony. Yeah, Autumn Harmony. So yeah, I do like to ramble, unfortunately. But so yeah. So those are coming out on Tuesday. These came out last week. These were the howlite beads that I got in the Beads of the Month Club. I get the Gemstones Beads of the Month every month as one of the ones that I purchase. And that came in this month, as well as the Delica Beads of the Month, which is the honeycomb beads of the month, or honeycomb pattern. So we'll go through that in just a second, because I came up with a tutorial for that. That's going to release, what are we, Thursday? So it's going to release on Saturday. And then this one came out last week too. This was one of the designs that I created with the bargain bead box. This was during my unboxing video. So I came up with that design, just a quick little simple wire working, because I'm still trying to work on my loops and making loops and wrap loops and things like that. So getting better with it, but still have a lot to learn. So still something pretty new for me. So made those, and these I really like. These are really fun. So, and I love the little ear wires. I just pulled those from my stash, and because I don't have very many antique copper ear wires right now. So I pulled those from my stash and used that. Then I came up with an idea that released Tuesday. Had to think of the day. And it is a necklace, earrings, and bracelet set. So these are the earrings that I ended up doing. And this is from the bargain bead box again. But I ended up attaching the drop to the back of the, I think they're called butterfly clutches, but whatever that's called. So I attached it to the back of the clutch, so that way when it's sitting on your ear, that's all you see is just the dot, but then you see this hanging down from the back of your ear. So it's just something different. And it used a couple of years ago, that was like a really big fad style, and it was just something I was working on. So I was like, okay, well, we'll use that. So that was the earring portion of that one. I'll move these two out of the way. And then the bracelet, I actually think was kind of cool. And because I was planning on doing a 2-loop or a 2-strand bracelet. And once I started getting the beads out and trying to figure out, okay, well, I'm planning on just using the seed beads. I'm not going to use any of the other beads from the kit, other than, I used the 2 bales and then the toggle and then another one of the charms. But I'm like, well, what am I going to do with this? How is it, how am I going to use just seed beads? Oh, thank you, India. Yeah, they're got ready for Thanksgiving. Had to get that little bit of a brown goldish color going for Thanksgiving. So, but thank you. Uh, so I was trying to figure out what to do with the seed beads and everything. And then I sat down and I looped this around and I went, wait, I can make kind of an infinity sign. So that's what I chose to do on this one. So you just loop it around and then put more seed beads on again and then come back and use your crimp tube to crimp both your ends together. So that was the bracelet. And then the necklace is sitting back here behind me. And there goes Casper again. He might be barking. Our neighbor is getting their gate to their fence repaired. We share our fence with our neighbor, and we had the fence repaired earlier in the week, and the fence guy fixed our gate, but had to come back and fix their gate at a later time. So apparently that later time is now. So Casper might be barking some in the background. That's one reason why I have the door closed, so he's not as loud. But here's the necklace. Same simple, similar idea and everything with just stringing on the beads. But I used the 2 bales again, and then the lepidolite. And I just used the lepidolite in this one. So there is that. And then just back here in the back is basically the same pattern that went on the bracelet. So that way it kind of coordinates together. So there's that one. And then the other video that I came out with over the last couple of weeks is my little memory wire bracelet. And sometimes my memory wire bracelet videos, they go over really, really well. People really, really like them, really watch them. This one, not so much. But it is what it is. It's one of those things. So, but I have all those videos linked. Thanks, Casper. I have all those videos linked down in the description of the live. So if you want to go back and watch any of them, you can go back and click on those and watch those if you like. So those were the videos that I did. So now let me get this all kind of cleared off a little bit. And then we'll start talking about my idea for the color cube challenge. So the color cube, if you're not familiar with that, it is from Sarah Renee Clark. And she came up with a really awesome idea. I'm not quite sure how long it's been out, but it is something that's pretty cool. I'm going to go back into front facing because this thing's big. Here's your color cube. And this is volume 2. And there is also a volume 1 that comes in a kit. And then just this last month, in October, this past month, she came out with volume 3 and 4. So now she has 4 different volumes of this. I only have the first 2, and it's the first version of the first 2. When she came out with volume 3 and 4, she's updated it now to where she's got volume 1 and 2 a little bit more easier to be able to understand what it is and how to find things. So that's what that is. So I'm really kind of excited about this one. My idea behind this, hopefully I don't go bouncing around. I probably will bounce around because usually when I get really excited about an idea, or if I'm excited about talking about something, I usually bounce around. So if I bounce around, I apologize. I will have a specific video coming out that'll be probably about 2 or 3 minutes long, something like that, that will describe the whole thing in order. It'll be like kind of sort of like one of my videos that I do for like before my tutorials or after my tutorials, where I use the Canva, where I use Canva and I create a video through that and everything. So I'll do something like that. So it'll be a little bit more understandable. But what these are different cards. And I'm just going to pull one out on a random. So I have 500 of these cards here at the house. And then this one's actually a really nice one to start off with. So this is what they look like. And that's the front of it. And then there's the back of it to kind of give you an idea as to what colors are what. So I'll put this down here so you can see it. And I'll go back down to that. So there's 250 of these cards in each volume. And yeah, Casper is very chatty. he apparently really likes the fence guy. So, but, oh, hi, Kim. I'm not sure. I hope that's your name, Kim, but hello. But this is what the color cube cards are. So each card is a little bit different than the next. She has some sort of a picture, and the pictures are ones that people actually take. So they're not AI generated, but they're actual pictures that people have taken. And she uses that to come up with basically a palette from that picture. So something I've seen, I don't know if it was something this specific or if it was something similar to this that I've seen in the past. But I saw this right before my birthday in September on Facebook, and I saw an ad for it, and of course the ad got me, and I'm like, it's like the day before my birthday. I'm gonna go ahead and buy it. So I went ahead and got it. And then when it came in, I spent hours looking at these cards. I mean, just hours. And then on the back here, it gives you like, here's the color that's on the front, but then it gives you also the color down here in the center. Then you have it where it's a little bit more of a kind of grayish tint over here off to this side, and you get more of the white added to it on this side. So it's lighter colors and darker colors. So that's what this is. And I'll pull out another one real quick just so you can get an idea of the differences of what they could be. And she's got all sorts of different pictures in here. I mean, I literally spent hours and didn't realize how much time I was spending on this. But, you know, there's one with just somebody holding the thing of grapes, and then she's got the different colors, the skin tone here, and then all the blues and everything that way. So, and that's what it is. And hey, Carolyn! But that's what the Color Cube cards are. So the Color Cube challenge is that I'm going to take 2 of these different cards, and then I pull beads from my personal stash here at the house that are similar to these, put them all together, and then I will put those pictures up into a YouTube poll, and then have people decide, okay, do you want videos from card number A, or do you want videos from card number B? So I'll just put 2 of them out, so that way you can figure out. So do you want videos from this one, or do you want videos from this one? And then have everybody decide on what they want to do as far as that, and do a poll, and then whatever wins from that poll, then I will do videos on that. Now, the thing that I haven't quite figured out yet is if I want to make this a membership only type videos. Now, the memberships would be just a small percentage every month, and I've got a little bit more information. Let me pull up my Word document real quick, because I actually have that out. And I have that written out, so I can actually talk about that. But the memberships, there would be 2 different types of memberships. We would have tier 1, that would be just a small amount. The perks to that would be you would get special badges for each person. And then I would do a second live on an every other week basis again, but it would be on Sundays more than likely. Don't know about the time. I'm not even quite sure if I'm going to keep it on Sundays, or if I'm going to turn the Thursday ones into this type of the live event. Something I'll have to kind of get together here in a little bit. I'll only be on for just a short amount of time, about 30-45 minutes. We'll end up doing like a sneak preview of the cards. So we'll look at what cards I'm going to be pulling, or I've already pulled. We'll get an idea of a set of beads that I'm going to be doing also from both of those cards. And then I'll allow y'all to figure out, okay, well, do you want card number A? And if you do, these are the beads that we're going to be using from here. So which ones would you want? Would you want more of the gemstone rounds? Would you want more of the seed beads that I chose? You know, whatever ends up being out of that. And then same thing with this one. And then that would kind of give me an idea, okay, these are going to be the ones that we're going to be working with. And then I would also ask, would you want more of bead weaving or wire working or bead stringing from either one? If there's something I'm spending too much time on, like the bead stringing I'm spending too much time on, and you want more bead weaving, then, you know, you'll help me be able to pick those things out. And then any of the other lives, if I end up doing it like every other week, like I'm doing right now, then that would be more of working on the projects, or kind of doing what we're doing right now. And then tier 2 would be a little bit more on a monthly basis. You'd get everything from tier 1, But then you would have also early access to the winning released video of the color cube challenge. So let's just say the grapes won on this one. So I would go and I would make some videos on how to create jewelry using items from your stash, how to read the cards, how to figure out how to, use the card to be able to say, okay, this is what, works with this. And then be able to create just, a couple little pieces here or there from the grapes. And then the people that are in the memberships would be able to get the video first off. And then either 1 or 2 months later, it would go live to the general public. So everybody would still be able to see the videos, but just the people that are my members would be able to see it right off the hand. So that's what I'm kind of thinking about as far as memberships are concerned. Still don't know for sure if I'm actually going to do memberships or not, but it's something I'm thinking about. What if you don't have the colors? Are you going to order them? I'm going to use exactly what's from my stash. So if I don't have, let's just say, I don't know, maybe I don't have this dark of a color, then, or maybe just like this periwinkle-ish color right here, the blue color. Maybe I don't have that specific color, but I have maybe a seed bead that's extremely close in color to that color. Then I might be using more seed beads than anything. I have a lot of beads here at the house. I have a lot. So, I mean, there are this whole thing behind me right over here. No, I'll get there eventually. This part, wrong way. That one, the really long one, that's filled with different findings. I've got beads in there. I've got tools and supplies. The one that's sitting next to it, the larger one right there, that is 8O seed beads down here in the bottom. That's 11O seed beads in that one. That one's got delicas. And then the one up here on the top is got 15Os. So I've got all of that back there. Then I have everything that's over here that nobody could see because it's up on shelving and everything. I have 16 photo boxes of beads. And hi, Kylie. She's getting up. I have 16 photo boxes of beads of different shapes. I've got clear boxes back there that have beads in it. I have the Potomac beads box that I get. This, because my dad gets this for me every month. So I've got these. And I've got probably about 20 of those filled with different beads. I spend too much money on beads. I have a problem. I know I do. And my husband knows I do too. But hence the reason why I started the business. So, because my husband basically said, stop buying beads or do something with them. So I said, okay, fine, I'll do something with them. So that's what I plan on doing. So if there ends up being a card that ends up being pulled, and I didn't tell you about that too. I'm not picking the cards. I'm actually having AI pick the cards for me. So I have absolutely no idea what AI is going to pick. And then I go and find the card number and pull it out and then just do a complete go through my stuff and see what I can find. So it does take a little bit of time to do this, to get it prepped and everything. But I already have 8 boxes already prepped. So I have the first one already working on, and that was actually some of the stuff I worked on in my first live. So if you go back and remember the items the bracelet that I was working on and everything, that was going to be a little sneak hint that might be part of the first one. So, but AI will choose those and everything, and then I will pull everything from my stash and go from there. So there may be some cards that I may have more seed beads to, because I just tend to have a whole lot of different shades of seed beads, and that would work with it. So it just kind of just depends. So I have a problem too. I can't buy it right now. Yeah. No worries. Yeah, definitely. I will. I think I have. How did we talk recently? We talked recently, India. I don't remember how. I think, did we do that through? I don't remember. Do you have my phone number? I don't remember if you do. Anyways, yes, we can. But so yeah, that's my color cube idea. So I'll get that a little bit more refined, a little bit more information. So there again, I'm not rambling everywhere or all over the place, and get it all defined. Have that little video started, 2 to 3 minute video or so explaining it all. Okay, I don't have your phone number. Okay, well, I'll figure it out. I'll get in touch with you there. Um, but I'll have that little video out and everything soon. I wanted to get this started on December 1st, but looking at my calendar and how busy we are at the pharmacy right now, I don't know about your area and where you live in the United States. India, I know where you live, but everybody else, I don't know where y'all live. The flu is in the area. So down here in the Houston area, it's hit. It's now hit, I think, the fourth time in the last 2 months, maybe 3 months. So we are quite busy at retail pharmacy right now. But yeah, quite busy. So we, with that going on and everything, the flu usually takes only a couple of weeks to run its course in the area, and then it's pretty much gone for a while. But with everybody getting together for Thanksgiving next week, I have a feeling I'm going to be really busy. So I really wanted this to come out on December 1st, but I have a feeling that it's probably going to be January before I'm going to be able to get this out and set and ready and done and stuff. So just because there's going to be some days I'm going to be at the pharmacy a lot longer than what I typically am. I work 44 hours at the pharmacy one week, and then I work 40 hours the next week. So I work an average of 42 every week. And then I come home and I'm still a mom. You know, I have a 16-year-old now. 16-year-old. Whoa. So, and, you know, I'm a wife and I'm a daughter and a sister. So I have family that I have to take care of too. So that's my hope, though. I will get it out here soon because I really want to get this started. I really have a feeling that this is going to be a fun thing to do. So one last thing for a little preview, and then we'll get started on just playing with some beads. So this is something that's not the right camera. I need to do it this way. So this is coming out on Saturday. So these are the Delicate Beads of the Month Club that I got this month. It is called Honeycomb. And it comes, the Delicate Beads of the Month comes with 8 different colors of beads, and all 8 colors are in this right here. So I use 3 colors in the bee, and then I can flip this over so you can see it a little bit better, the honeycomb itself. And then that's the honeycomb. So the pattern for this is actually up on my Etsy shop right now. I believe I priced it at $5.95, I think, is what I priced it at, or $5.99, something like that. It was $5 and something. But if you watch the video on Saturday, I will have a discount code that will be released on the video and somewhere in the video. And that way you can get 75% off the pattern if you would like. Now, of course, if you want to go ahead and buy it full price, then I thank you. I appreciate it. Because everything does go back into the business and to where I can be able to produce more videos and bead along with you a little bit more often. So that's what's coming out on Saturday. So now I'm going to actually play with some of those howlite beads. I was afraid I missed your whole video. No, I'll be on for about another 30 minutes or so ish. I'm planning on being on for about an hour or so, Miss Carolyn. So you're good. I got my flu shot yesterday. Yay! Good job, Carolyn. Maybe I should come clean now. I actually haven't gotten my flu shot yet. And I'm around people that have the flu. So please, dear Lord, I do not need to get sick this year. I don't have time to get sick. So please, dear Lord, keep me healthy. All right. So getting some beads out. These are all the same color bead. I forgot to tell you which ones they are. These are the translucent slate beads that are a number. There it is. That one has the number on it. It's 2378. So all 3 of those are the translucent slate, the gray ones. So it's kind of a bluish gray color, which are actually the same beads that I used in the earrings that I did in the unboxing portion. So these are the 8 that I used for those earrings. And then this one is the matte crystal AB. And I don't know if you can see that because it's really tiny, but it's 131 F as in Frank, R as in Richard. So 131 FR is the little crystal beads that you can't see because I'm using a white mat. And then Allie just had, from Potomac Beads, they just had a live sale week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. And I ended up getting the hematite beads. And she's also having a live sale later tonight. So if you watch Potomac Beads, then she is having another live sale. I think it was tonight. Pretty sure it was tonight. Hopefully it's tonight. And she doesn't call me and say, what are you doing? You're getting everybody excited for something that's not happening. I think it's tonight. And I think it's at 6 o'clock Central Time. So it'll be 7 o'clock Eastern Time. But I ended up getting these hematite beads because I thought these would work perfect with those howlites. And it was kind of funny because she always has a lot of these beads kind of set up in a similar way to where she's like, okay, well, these type of beads would go really well with this type of bead. And she had the howlite beads sitting next to her too. I was like, okay, that's funny. Because I saw these first, and I'm like, oh, that would work with my howlite. And then she pulls out howlite. And I'm like, okay. At least we're on the same wavelength, and we think they're the same way. But, let's see. Oh, yikes. With the H1N1. Yeah, not happening again. Yeah, 2009 was fun. And that was actually the year I was licensed as a pharmacist. I got licensed in July. And so it was July 31st when I got my license approved. And so August 1st, I went into floating. So I became a floater pharmacist for about 2 months. And my daughter was born in November. So at that time, I was like 5 and 6 months pregnant. Well, after that 2 months was up, one of my managers realized how big I was getting with the kid. And they were needing pharmacists that were willing to give shots. And so I told her I'm willing to do that. You know, I have no problems with that. It was an elective in my schooling age, my school time. But, you know, hey, I was like, okay, I'll give it. And so I got placed into a store, and I was the only pharmacist on a daily basis giving out shots. And I was like big with my kid, and I would be waddling out there, and I'd get out to the person and I'm waddling and everything, and I'll be like, hi, how are you feeling today? And they'd look at me and they'd be like, how are you feeling? So, and I was like, well, in 2 months or 1 month or whatever it ends up being, I'll be much better. So yeah, so H1N1, I'll never forget that, because that began my immunization career basically as a pharmacist. So yeah, that one was not a fun one. All right, yeah, it is tonight. Okay, thanks, India. I thought it was. All right, so the howlite beads that came in the beads in the month, I think I got 4 6s and 8s. And so I know I did a video similar to what I'm thinking of. I did a video similar for Potomac Beads where I did what was it? I called it a modified herringbone stitch because I had no idea what to call it. It's basically where you still have your herringbone stitch, but you have beads that are bigger on one side compared to the beads that are on this side with the herringbone. And then it creates a twist, because you start off with that, and then instead of, I think I did that wrong. No, I did that right. Because then herringbone, you would go down like this, pick up 2 beads, go down, and then you would typically go right back up the side that you're on right there. Well, instead of doing that, I would pick up a different bead and then cross over to this side and then allow that bead to be on there in that form. So I did something similar to this as in a Potomac video. It's not this exact thing, but it was similar to it. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing with this one. And then just do just the modified herringbone stitch, and then I'm going to try to figure out how many beads to add, because obviously you could see the thread on the either side of the 4mm that's sitting there. So that's kind of what I have these out. And then let's see, so some of these I'm probably going to have to skip, because the 4mm, my plan is to use the 4mm, use half of those, use half of the 6s, now I'm getting wrapped around, use half of the 6mm, and then have the 8s in the center, and then go back and use the other half of the 6 and the other half of the 4s, and then just have it be just one nice large necklace. I'm kind of on a large necklace kick lately, even though it really doesn't get cold down here to where people can wear sweaters. It's kind of my idea of what I was trying to do. And then pick up a hematite. Oh yeah, that's going to look really pretty up against each other. It's like the beads are sparkly because of the way the beads are made, the seed beads. But then that hematite's going to be just that extra little pop of silver sitting there. So something like that. And then do like an every other and do this along with it or something. That's kind of my idea, at least. I don't know if I'm going to be using the white beads or not or what, but... And then... So I'm hoping I'll be able to get to the live again tonight. Let's see if that'll work. I have to go by and pick up my kid from school. She has after school activities and she gets off late. So I have to go by and pick her up after school. Nope, I think we need just a little bit more beads than that. Because there's a little bit of thread sitting there. I won't be able to watch the live tonight. I'm always watching Sam's Bead Shop live sale at 5 p.m. He's funny. Probably should be watching that one. I took your advice, India, and went ahead and signed up for the Sam's Bead Shop, or Bead Box. Yeah, Sam's Bead Box. I signed up for it last week, I think. Maybe, yeah, last week. And so I won't get, I'll get December's box. I won't get the November's box yet. But I'm probably going to kind of rearrange things financially wise to where I can get that one for a little while and see how that one goes. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm going to get the Sam's Bead Box. I'm kind of excited about that one. So it'll be my first one that I've gotten outside of the ones I have. You won't be disappointed. Yeah, I've been watching Becky's videos of her unboxings and of Sam's Bead Box for quite some time. And it's been one that I've been wanting to get. Oh, that works better. I have an 11 and a 15 sitting up against the 4mm gemstone, and I think that works a little bit better. Still not sure if I want to use the white though. But yeah, I've been watching Becky's unboxings for that for a while now, and I've been pretty impressed with everything. So I do know that if I start doing these color cube challenges though, I'm going to have to really kind of seriously think about how much time I'm spending as far as trying to get videos out and how much time it takes me to create a video. Because I'm not one to just record and just post the recording. I actually go back and make sure that things are edited as best I can. I mean, the editing is not great, but has an unboxing. Yeah, I watch Alicia also. Alicia was actually one of the first ones I signed up for when back when I first started looking at YouTube before I even started doing videos and stuff like that. But yeah, Alicia was one of the first ones I signed up with. But I watch her stuff a lot too. But the amount of videos and stuff like that, it takes me a long time to do a video. Like the one that's coming out on Saturday, what did I call that? I called it Be Sweet. And then the B is BEE and then sweet. So kind of a play on words. But that one, the video itself is over an hour long after it got edited down. And it took almost 4 hours to record, I think. 3 or 4 hours. And then I did the editing on top of that. And did the Canva little video for the intro and the exit and everything. And then I add music to my stuff also. And not everybody adds music to it and everything. So that particular video probably took me a good 6 or 7 hours just for recording and then editing and then getting it posted and everything, because posting takes a while too, because I want to make sure you have links in there, because I always add links, especially to items that you can get at Potomac Beads. I always add links in there, so that way you can always buy the beads if you want to. Like, I'll probably have the links for these beads in the description once I get done, so that way if you want to get these translucent beads, then you could, by following those links. And I started watching her since I started. Yeah, Alicia's pretty cool. So, what do you think? Do you like the grays up against the howlite, or do you like the white? So here's the white over here off the left finger, and then the gray is the one that I just added. I almost feel like stick with the grays, but what do y'all think? Because you can barely even see the white unless you're looking at it like that. And this is already starting to kind of twist some. See how it's starting to twist? So it's kind of cool. Kind of neat. Show closer. Okay, let's see if I can get this to... It's probably going to do some weird... There you go. So there's a gray right here, and then the white you can barely see because it's white up against white, but then that's what it looks like from that side. And then how it's starting to kind of twist already. It's starting to kind of twist in my hands. That's what I'm looking for it to do. But I'll end up doing this no matter what I end up doing. I'll have the hematite like in between the beads, the gray. Yeah, I think I like the gray better too. Okay. And are you going to autofocus? You are not going to autofocus. There we go. Let's get that focus back down there again. So yeah, the amount of videos that I'm going to be coming out with, I think next week I'm probably going to have just 2 videos. I have one on Tuesday. I like the white since it matches the howlite and like it disappears. White looks good too, yeah. And I may actually do both. In fact, I could do that. Is just do, first one is the white, and then do your hematite, and then do a gray one afterwards. Or maybe, let's see what the hematite looks like with the white on either side of that. This thing is not focusing very well today. Let's see what that looks like. Let me put another one on real quick. And then pick up the white beads that nobody can see. I can barely see them myself. I don't know why I chose to use a white bead on it board with the white beads, but I did. But yeah, next week I'll probably just have 2 videos coming out. I'll have one on Tuesday and then one on Saturday, most likely. And I haven't even started recording anything for Saturday yet, so... But there's the one with the white and the hematite. So maybe that's what we could do. We can put the white and hematite here and then keep the gray here, or keep the gray and hematite and then put the white with the howlite. Because you're silly like me, white looks good. So I kind of like either way, actually. Okay, let's just keep going a little bit and see what it ends up being. I don't even remember how many I've put in between. I think I put 2 in between and then do one of the other beads. Because then eventually the 6mm are going to have more of beads on either side of it. So if I do... Come here, little guy. At least Casper finally stopped barking. If y'all didn't know, Casper was barking like crazy because my neighbor was getting their gate fixed on their fence. We share a fence with our neighbor, and the fence itself got fixed over earlier this week, but the fence guy fixed our gate, but had to come back and fix their gate at a later date, and apparently today was the later date. So that's what it looks like now. Let's see if I can get it up closer and get it focused. There we go. So then the white with the howlite, and then, or the hematite, and then the grays with the howlite. Oh, there's butterflies flying out my window. Sorry, had a squirrel moment. Hematite with gray and howlite with white. Okay. I think I like that too. All right, so let's figure out. Let's get some more of the 8/0s out. Then I'll need to get some of the 6mm so I can get my counts down for that. Then maybe this could be the video for Saturday. Where are my 6mm? I haven't gotten them out yet. Let's get the 6s and the 8s out. And also, the kit also came with this cute little mushroom. I'm not sure what to use with that yet. I got a mushroom similar to that earlier in the year in January. Yeah, in January. Because it was, I think, my second or maybe third video ever. At least on my channel, ever. That I used. I did some wire working with it and everything and made just cute little necklace out of it. Alright, so there's 6mm. So let's figure out how many. Hello, focus. Let's figure out how many beads we're going to need for a 6mm. Have to keep remembering I have to get my bead work up here closer or further away from them where I typically bead, so y'all can see, because I usually bead down here, so that way, but for whatever reason the camera's just not focusing right. It's probably the streaming platform that I'm using. It's probably doing something different with the camera, because I usually just record straight from the camera. Alright, let's see. Let's start off with maybe 2 11s and then a 15. And see how that goes. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. So just curious about the membership thing. If y'all would be interested in doing a membership or not. See, I'm doing another one of these here in a second. And get kind of far away a little bit first, and then I'll put another one on so we can kind of get an idea of if 2 11s works fine. Oops. Well, don't do that, because that just pulled everything. Oh, cool. See how it's twisting? That's so neat. Kind of neat. I like it. Oh, let me put on one more and then we'll put another one on there. I'm sure you will get one soon, India. Things play out for a reason. Things happen for a reason. I've always, always, always believed that. Whether you're religious or not, I am. I am a Christian. And I just believe that. I just believe that there's a purpose for everything. There's a reason why things happen and the timing that they happen. And when that new job is supposed to be there for you, it will make its way. It'll, doors will open for you and everything. So I really believe that will happen. So there's that. So that's not too bad. I think the 2 11s and the 15 works pretty good with that. I just have to figure out spacing wise because I think I'm going to have to add a little bit more of the 8/0s in the back once you get to that. And then see how much more it twisted just then. Trying to hold it to where it's kind of just natural. And with the bigger bead, it twists more. So with the 8 millimeters, it's going to twist even more than that. So that's going to be kind of cool. Alrighty. So let's go a little bit further up. I'm looking at my time. It's at 2:45 right now. Yeah, I do too, Carolyn. It's like I feel like everybody's got a purpose. I mean, even if you're not a Christian and you believe in something completely different, there's still got to be something that just, that you just, know why things are happening. There's somebody controlling all of that. Not somebody. There's something that's controlling your life. And some people will believe that it's themselves that are controlling their life, and that's completely up to them. That's completely their view and what they feel like their life is going and how it's working and stuff. So I may need 4 on this one. This one kind of seems big. Let me put 2 15s maybe. It looks good, and I'm working off Meet path on my stars ornament right now. I saw that, yeah. The universe plays out. It does. It certainly does. So didn't mean to get into a religious type thing going on here. Sorry if that just like made people leave. That was not my intent if it did. All right, that actually worked out really good. Because that's sitting... Of course, I'll have a little bit more beads, I think, in between again, so you can see the hematite in between. But I think using 3 of the 11s and 2 of the 15s before the 8 millimeter, I think will work out too with that. So... Nah, we're good. I don't even know how many people are watching right now. I haven't been paying attention to that. Because it used to have... Oh, I have 7. Okay. I finally found the number again. Still trying to learn where to look on my streaming platform. And then YouTube has also got its own little streaming portion, streaming off to the side. It's the same stream, but it's got more information or different information along with it at the same time. So I'm trying to still learn, okay, find this number over here, find that number over there. You know, my chat's on the streaming platform and not the YouTube portion. And I thought it would be on the YouTube portion, so the first time I was streaming, I was like, oh Lord, where's it at? Don't apologize. There's so many wishy-washy people out there. Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Now, the only thing with the twisty part, it is going to still twist with those 8mm, but it's probably not going to twist as much, only because it's going to end up doing this because they're heavier. So they're going to sit down more. So I wonder if that's going to sway any way. Well, no, I used an 8mm with something similar to this in the earlier in the year. But that was a different stitch, though. It wasn't a herringbone stitch. It's neat how it's twisting. I love it. Ah, so much fun. I love it when you can just use something simple like this. In this type of video, anybody would be able to follow along. They could use, you know, if they don't have the hematite beads, these are 2mm. Just substitute it with a different color of your 8/0s. You can use any type of 4mm beads down here at the bottom, 6mm, 8mm. The video that I did for Potomac in the past, it would use the round duos, I believe is what I used. And so you had the 2 holes, so you'd go back and forth between the 2 holes and stuff. I'm pretty sure it was round duos. It's been a while since I've done that one. But yes, that's kind of how it's going to end up looking, something similar to that. So that kind of gives me an idea. At least I have something I can work on and try to get recorded. And should be kind of a quick one too, because if you use the 8/0s in the back as your base of the necklace and everything, then that should help guide you along a lot quicker. So you don't have to use, I mean, you could still use like 11s and stuff like that, but you would just be adding a lot more rows. So that'd be kind of fun. Okay. So I think I got that idea done. I guess I can show a quick little sneak peek of the colors for the color cube idea. Even though we've seen some colors from the first one. I'll just kind of move these around a little bit so you can see a little bit. And I'll just show you, I won't show you the cards yet. The cards I'll keep secret, but I'll show you option number 1 with some of the colors and some of the beads that I've got out already. And then different things that I'm going to do with that. So then that would be option number 1 for the first one. And then option number 2 is going to be kind of fun. So this is option number 2. So we have antique bronze in there. And I've got copper in there too. And then I've got some of the Azuki seed beads in here instead. Just because, I mean, look how perfect that is together. Anyways. And then some other seed beads and stuff like that. And there's some gemstones down in there. This one has, yep, there it is, a large gemstone that I have in my stash. Don't know what that is. Pretty sure it's an agate of some sort, but don't remember what it was, and I did not have it labeled, so hopefully I can figure it out what it is. But then that would be option number 2 from the first one. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing with the first 2 color cubes. And then we'll go from there. So let me go ahead and go front facing again, so I don't feel like I'm just talking, or I'm talking and you're looking at a blank bead mat, or a bead mat with just some beads sitting there and me not doing anything. So, but that's pretty much all I had for today. Let me go through my little list of things that I had over here and make sure. Nope, I talked about everything, so went through all the videos from earlier, so those videos are linked down in the description. So if you want to go back and watch any of those videos that I have made, then those are down in the description. I think almost everything is up on my Etsy shop, if you're looking for something that you need for a Christmas gift, or if you have some friends that are looking for Christmas gifts that like handmade jewelry, things like that, send them my way. I would really appreciate it. All that information is always down in all the descriptions. I have my Etsy shop, I have my website that's down there, so you can get in touch with me through my website also. I have an email address that's attached to the website, and so that way you can get in touch with me that way too if you want to. But yeah, so I'm doing a lot of ums, and I need to work on that. No more ums. Sorry. All right, so I think that's about it. So I will, at 3 p.m., soft flex. Ooh. That's like in 4 minutes, 6 minutes. Anyways, okay. So I might go do that. Alrighty, guys. So I will see y'all back in 2 weeks at, I think it was December 4th at 2 p.m. And we'll do another live, and we'll just sit around and do some more beadwork like this. So thanks for joining, everyone. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.